What is up, guys? Bloodynose here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be playing a very strange game. Today we're going to be playing a game that has been recommended to me by none other than Gibbet Gaming. Today we will be playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. First and foremost, let the records show that I have no idea what to expect from this game. I have never seen a trailer for it. I have never seen a gameplay for it. All I know is that it's a lot of decision making. So, have you ever played Stanley Parable before? No, I have not. What is next? Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Barely visible. Oh wow, that's actually really dark. Wow. Let's just go. Let's just go 50. Please enter the current time. Oh Jesus. What is why do I need to enter a time in the game? It is currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 no, that's AM. There we go. 3 p.m. Nice. Okay. Thank you. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Bro, what am I?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. I'm Stanley. Hello.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
So am I an NPC?
Desk in room 427, and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
What is?
Others might have considered it soul-rending. Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
I know I don't have a face cam, but
exactly for this job.
you can see my face right now. It's confusion. I am confusion.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Yeah, you don't say.
Frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, I'm here. I have no feet, no legs. I am employee 427. Employee 429.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What was that?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I highly doubt it. There's nobody here. Where is the meeting room? I hate holidays. Or I hate Mondays. I was about to say holidays. Why do you hate holidays?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Go right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Can I go back? Whoops. No? Is that? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Why do I feel like this game is like a big mind? Like a mind. It's screwing with your mind.
Yes,
why do the doors close behind me?
It had really been
Gibby,
worth the detour after all.
I'm speaking to you directly right now. If this game has a jump scare,
beautifully constructed room.
I'm gonna see you.
Stanley simply stood here, but eager to get back to business.
Okay.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
See, it's telling me that I want. See, look, alright, I'm not one to play horror games on the channel, but you're telling me that I have to walk through some weird room to get to where I need to go. This is not creepy at all. I'm gonna ignore your instructions again and go somewhere else.
Following directions. It's incredible he wasn't 5 years
He's
ago.
insulting me. I'm so bad at following your warning. Do not jump from the cargo while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of the cargo lift is $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift is also $1,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
It is very difficult.
The story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Wow.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
What are you talking?
She's been waiting.
Oh, hell no. What the f...
That's her,
Okay.
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
What the
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'm trying to, but, like... How do I answer the phone? I can't pick up the phone. There's... Oh. Something happened. What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Oh, hell no.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now. I
What
want you
the
to come in
hell?
and tell me all about your...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? They want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here.
This video will end very, very shortly. I am not amused by this, Gibby.
Let me show you
at
what's
all.
really going on here.
I am sharting my pants. Looking at...
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
So am I...
Pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press up to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Where's the TV?
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk
What?
to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
He's just
At
reliving...
last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
What in the hell am I playing?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it
What
with many possible paths
happened?
and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press circle to tell your wife you love her. What?
But there is no answer.
Oh my
How could there
goodness.
possibly be?
Stuff
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Please press up to be at work in the morning. I'm gonna do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I'm dead. What the f... What? All
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It just restarted.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Oh, great.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, I still don't like the idea of doors closing behind me randomly.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, this is such a nice room.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Unless you told me. 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley
okay, why are we
code by sheer luck.
in a complete...
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go back to this hallway. Oh, this is great. This is great. Thanks, Gibby. This is exactly where I wanted to go. Oh, Jesus. We're about to end the video here. I am not lying to you.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Oh,
it was a
geez.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Are those gunshots? What the hell?
Stanley walked straight
Okay.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm escaping. I'm escaping.
Although this
I'm on the loose.
passageway had the word escape written on it,
I'm on the
the
loose.
truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nope. I don't believe. I don't believe. I'm gone. I'm gone.
The door
Goodbye.
behind him was not shut.
Oh, Jesus.
Stanley still had
Oh,
every
Jesus. Something's gonna
opportunity
pop out,
to
isn't it?
get back
Jibby.
on track.
Jibby.
At
Oh.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I am going to my... it's red. It's red. It's... Oh, it's a drop-off. Wow. Straight down, huh? Okay. Well, I
As the machine whirled into
am.
motion, and Stanley
What?
was inched closer and closer to his demise.
I'm gonna get
it reflected that
crushed?
his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Okay. I am getting crushed. And... Oh, it froze. What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?